Good morning, folks, and welcome back to another episode of South of Cheddar Curtain. As always, it's your boy Devin Hine, sitting across the Microsoft Teams screen from the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Lucas Mueller. You want to start with the folks, Luke?
Hello, folks.
Folks, we are in for a doozy. If you thought that we were going to just miss an episode in between actual games, I know the bye because whatever, but y'all were wrong. I know we're cutting a little close, but we are here to break down what happened in Cincinnati and what's about to happen in the desert.
Absolutely. And hey, it's a 325 game. Everybody's got time to listen, right? We got plenty of time. Plenty of time.
What are you going to do? Watch the Bears instead? I mean, I guess if you're in for a little Sunday comedy, we can be your halftime entertainment and actually bring you back to the reality of what good football is.
Exactly, because it definitely is not the Jaguars game that's currently going on, Jaguars-Rams. I don't know if you're tuned into that game at all. I am, because I have Trevor Lawrence on one of my fantasy teams. It's looking bad, my man.
And everyone's been saying, like, the Jags have kind of been a surprise team this year.
4-2.
The Rams are always solid, got a lot of firepower there. Brian Thomas Jr., Devontae Adams, my countrymen in London, the OG. We finally thought they were going to have a good game, and apparently that's not the case.
21-zip. Trevor Lawrence has given me 4 points in fantasy, and Travis Etienne has given me 1. So we're not doing great.
Are you only in one league?
No, I'm in 3.
Do you have those people in our league?
No. I know, we're up against each other.
We are. And thank you, Cincinnati, for trading. Well. Thank you, Cleveland, for trading Joe Flacco to Cincinnati for what happened Thursday night, not for what happened last Sunday, because Joe Flacco kind of did what we thought, and he was just going to sling it. He's been in the NFL since the Battle of Gettysburg, essentially, and Joe Flacco was like, oh, shit. Jamar Chase is out there, best receiver I've ever had. I think I'm going to throw him the ball.
Every time.
Let's not get too ahead of ourselves, though. We're going to begin with a little I think and I know.
Yep.
Because I got a little something.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it.
Lucas, remember over the summer when we signed our boy Nate?
Mm-hmm.
I was so excited. I was thinking he was going to be great. But lately, every Sunday, I'm feeling irate. Get your shit together, Nate. On every goddamn play, you're late. And I know it's early, and I'm spewing a lot of hate, but having a mediocre pass defense should not be our fate. I'm not sure Nate's the answer. I'm kind of feeling like it's a no. So in this moment of tribulation, to whom do we go? Literally, there's only one answer, folks, and his name is Bo.
Well done, sir. Well done, sir. That is not where I expected you to go, but I loved every second of that. Every second, man. Well done.
And valid.
It is valid. Nate Hobbs has not been playing well, and he's hurt. So, which we get into a little bit, but yeah, Nate Hobbs and potentially Nixon. We got some cornerback problems that maybe only Bo can solve. Maybe.
And I don't want to say I'm happy one of them is outright, but there is this excitement to see Bo play, which is great. But then also, if it's two of them, like Kamal Haddon is a play away from coming in?
Yeah, Bullard in the slot full time, and then Carrington and Bo on the outside.
Then if a safety gets banged up, it's Zane Anderson.
Catan, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to simple cures today. All right.
All right, so are we doing 1 or 2?
We can just do 1.
Okay.
I just had that banger I was so excited for.
I love that. So, couple omens today that we've seen. So first, me and Devin, for the first time ever, chose the exact same identical Microsoft Teams background, right? So that's never happened before. That's a good sign. We're here. We're on one wavelength. The other one is this morning, I put on the pregame for the London game for the Jaguars and Rams. And after I put the pregame on, my daughter then ran over, grabbed a Packer plush football and brought it over to me, chucked it at me, and said football. So I think that means the Packers are winning without a doubt, right? She was locked in at 7:45 this morning for a Packer victory. So if she's in, we're in, the team's in, we're going to win today.
She saw football, and she knows that it's time that we see Packer football.
Exactly.
And with the whole Microsoft Teams screen, it needs to be said, folks, there's like 40 different backgrounds.
There
all right?
are.
And Luke and I both chose the Star Wars, Star Trek one.
Starfield, but yeah.
Starfield. Okay, maybe it's called Starfield, but it's space. They're entering hyperdrive, bro. Like, it is what it is. But it's perfect. It's perfect for today. We're gonna get into it, but we're gonna see some magic somehow, some way later today. All right.
We always do in Arizona.
We always do. Back to Cincinnati. So, Cincinnati, I think a lot of us probably weren't feeling great after that game. Would you agree with that?
I would. I've since tried to take some perspective, but I think immediately following that game, I texted the group kind of like, I feel a little gross after that, It's kind of the game we were afraid of playing a little bit. We wanted to win by 2+ touchdowns. That was the betting line as well, 14.5. And we kind of let them stay in it all game, right? So didn't feel as good as it should have to win an NFL game by 9 points.
I would agree with that.
At the time, especially.
Yeah, totally. And perspective is huge, right? I had to remind myself as I was rewatching the highlights, this is Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. They are the best receiver combo in the NFL. And Jamar Chase, I would say, you could say him or Jefferson, but he's right up there for best receiver. And we watched all throughout our childhoods, whether you had Al Harris or Mike McKenzie with Darren Sharper over the top on Randy Moss. We watched Calvin Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
We'd have Charles Woodson and Nick Collins on him, and it didn't matter. And honestly, on a lot of those Chase's big plays, and at least for one of his touchdowns, like you can't ask Keyshawn to cover any better.
Nope, he was right there. He was with him stride for stride, taking up his entire body, and Chase just made a great adjustment on the ball. And that's it. There's nothing you can do.
Nothing you can do. They're paid too. You're the best in the league for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
So although we didn't feel great originally, let's go to some more positivity. Let's go into some good things.
Absolutely.
I want to hit Lucas Haversick, the kicker.
Yeah.
Going 4 for 4.
Because how did you feel when we found out that Brandon McManus wasn't going to play and we had this random Lucas Haversick guy coming up? I didn't feel great. Folks, given our kicker history in recent years.
The kicker history, yes, mortifying. If it took us like six tries to find one guy, are we going to get this guy who's off the streets, who's looking at substitute teacher jobs in the middle of the season? Probably not.
And especially with our field goal unit this year.
What about our field goal unit? It's been great. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Sunday morning jokes. But okay, his name is Lucas. I know Lucas. He's pretty good most of the time.
We got
helped him out.
Yeah. We got a bunch of them, right? That seems to be our favorite name of players to pick up. So, we got Nessie, we got Musgrave, now we got him. We got a whole little group.
Is he still on the team for this week?
I think so.
Oh gosh, I guess because McManus isn't like for sure back yet, right?
Right. We'll know at 2 p.m. Central.
Oh Lord. Okay. Other good things. Josh Jacobs looked better.
First time all year our run game's really done anything consistently. So that was good. That was definitely good.
18 for 93. I think he had like 140, 150 yards total. Love got him out of the backfield 5 for 57, but 2 touchdowns for Jacobs. He looked more energized. The run blocking was much better. Matthew Golden.
That's probably the big one, right?
Wasn't a big 2 touchdown game, but it was breakout for sure.
3 catches, 86 yards, and he had a nice run or 2 as well on the ground, where he did kind of make someone miss in the open field.
I was going to say, in that open field, you could have placed a phone booth at that point of contact.
That was a questionable miss in a phone booth. Like we're getting there. He's creeping up on it. I'm waiting for just the hard dead leg juke at some point to really get somebody, but like he's showing a little bit. And after the game, I can't remember if it was the broadcast or somebody else, or the podcast this week kind of brought up the exact same thing. They're like, oh, didn't really know he could quite do that. That wasn't on his tape. And I'm like, that's what I've been saying, guys. Like, this, it's not his game. Uh, but incredible game from him, right? Especially that dime down the sideline that he reeled in for his big play when we needed it most, right? He's come up clutch in several situations this year with the fourth down a couple weeks ago and then this. He just has a habit of showing up when you need him, which for a rookie who's not getting a lot of targets thrown his way to stay that locked in and be a go-to guy in critical situations, huge for his development. Huge. And while you're right, this wasn't like a 2-touchdown, 120-yard, 10-reception game, right? This is a little bit of his breakout, I expect. I think he'll probably be a little bit more involved going forward because of how well he played and injuries, unfortunately.
I wish that we had a friend that was a really good internet sleuth to like pause that play as the point of contact happened and see if dimensionally you could fit a phone booth in there, just so we could have this point, put to rest.
That's fair.
Golden also, I'm pretty sure it's against Dallas that Love went to him on a fourth and got to have it on like 20-yard line, like
Mm-hmm.
for the game.
Yeah, if we don't pick that up, we lose. So him to show up and that bomb to him down the right sideline, that was another big one, right? Like that was we were backed up, only up by a score, going to give the ball back with a chance to win, or at least take the lead for the Bengals. Like Golden said, no, I'm just going to beat my man, reel the ball in, and take it out of bounds. So nice job to him. Phenomenal game, and excited to see more.
Kind of looking maybe sort of like wide receiver one going forward.
Yeah, it's hard when Romeo is obviously kind of like the safety valve possession guy,
Yeah,
but he's definitely the we're taking a shot guy. We need something big to happen guy currently.
absolutely. Well, there's another guy you could go to, Luke, who also catches the ball. You want to talk about him and what he did?
A little Tucker Craft.
A little Tucker
A little
Craft.
Tucker Craft. Can we get him the ball more, please? He had 2 catches. 2 catches. For how many yards, Devin? You got it pulled up clearly. Not a lot, right?
Thanks for. I mean, 43 is a good
43,
chunk.
but one of them was 2 catches, I think, on 4 targets, if I remember correctly. I just want to see him more involved because good things happen when he has the ball, as we saw with his touchdown catch, right? That was just some hard hustle muscle, get in there. So, like, just give him the ball more, please. I know we have a lot of weapons and all that kind of stuff, but we just got to find ways to be a little bit more creative with that. And not just we keep doing some tight end screens to him, which work fine, but I want him to be a little bit more involved in route tree type stuff to get him out in space further down the field a little bit more. Because I think he's just such a weapon that while given the way our offense runs, it's normal that he's going to be a little underutilized, especially when you compare him to some of the other top tight ends in the league, like we're about to face in Trey McBride. They use him very differently, but they're both focal points. But just like get this dude the ball. Good things happen. He has a nose for the end zone. The first guy never tackles him. I just want more Tucker Craft.
Yeah, like you said, with the offense, it's going to be hard for that to happen. But if we're just talking about getting the best players the ball as much as we can, until Reed and Watson come back, I mean, to me, it's very clear in the passing game. Golden and Kraft should be getting a much higher percentage of the targets. I'm not talking, they get 95 and everyone else gets 5, but I would like the target distribution to be a little different going forward.
Which it won't be. Like, we already know that. But it's also hard because, like, this game, right? Bengals threw the ball 45 times. 46 if you count the sack. We threw the ball 26. There just aren't that many targets, right? So
Yeah.
Tucker gets 4 of them. Jacobs gets a handful. Dobbs gets a handful. Golden gets a handful. That's it. There are no more handfuls to go, right? So given that we are sticking to the run game, whether it's working or not, essentially at this point in the season, with this being the first game it actually worked, there just aren't that many targets to go around. But I'm with you that I would like to see it divvied up a little differently.
Another positive coming out of this game. Obviously, we're not happy with how close it was at the end, but we cannot forget that after the Bengals scored, I believe, their 2-point conversion, It was 24-18. We get the ball back and drive down the field. Mr. Havlicek makes a 39-yard field goal
Mm-hmm.
to push us up to 27-18, make it a two-score game, and then the Bengals get the ball back. And I think they missed a field goal, right?
Yeah, long one. But yeah.
Yeah, because I think they were down by, what is that, 9? Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
the field goal made it a two-possession game. I mean, if we don't get that and they get the ball back, they can
Right.
go win that game.
It's a
But
whole different game.
Jacobs had a couple of nice runs. I think we got a first down from Romeo Dobbs. So even though the game was not going as we would have liked, and I'm sure that we were all needing a Pepto Bismol for how our stomachs were
A
feeling,
little bit.
the boys pulled it out. We're able to go back on the gas pedal enough. So good final drive. Thank you for responding, Packers.
And I think something that's being overlooked a little bit is just how clutch this offense has been this year, right? So obviously we had the blip of the Cleveland game, but every other time this year that the offense has needed a drive when it comes down to it. Partially because we took our foot off the gas and let a team back into it, but every time that they have needed a drive to essentially ice a game, they've gotten it. Whether it be Jacobs or Love and Golden and Dobbs, right? We have stepped up to the bell every time. And Jordan's looked really good doing it, right? And I think that's another positive from this game is definitely Jordan. Now, he had the bad interception early, right? That bounced off one defender that you don't throw that ball, you come away with points probably, whether it be probably a field goal. But overall, I think he's looking really good. He played another good game, 19-26, touchdown and an interception, 259 yards, but also some more on the ground, right? And he's using his legs more, which is vital and is something that I think a lot of Packer fans kind of forgot about. Partially largely due to last year. Well, hold on.
Oh, no. I'm cutting you off right now. I don't give a shit. Because talking about Jordan Love's legs, did you hear what he said this week at his locker?
I did actually,
about
where
how
the team doubts him.
No, not just the team. Some guys.
He listens to the podcast, obviously.
He listens.
He knows
to the podcast,
that I doubt
Lucas.
his speed.
Why are you calling out QB1, my boy? He heard you, Lucas. He heard you.
That's great. If he has a 50-yard touchdown run in this game, I mean, I'm all for it, man. I'll gladly buy you lunch at that point. But the legs look good, and like we've talked about a million times, and I'm going to keep bringing it up in my defense, is he doesn't have great long speed, but he gets there pretty quick. He has good quickness, good acceleration for his size, and long strides, but he doesn't have that next level run away from you, which is why I still don't think he's going to have a 35-yard plus run because DBs can track him down, right? I mean, he cannot outrun any DB pretty much ever, right? He just doesn't have that kind of long speed. Anyways, it's good to see him more comfortable, kind of going back to his first year starting, using his legs more. Obviously, he was hurt all of last year, essentially, in his lower body, and it's clear how much that affected the kind of game he wanted to play and how comfortable he was taking off, given that is not an issue, and that he looks great doing it. Like, I want to see more of it. Looks great. And I think he's playing great, and I think as a fandom, not us, as a fandom, we need to realize that he's playing very good football. Very good football, right? Like, I had someone at work go like, oh, he threw another interception after the game this week. And I was like, God, he's thrown 2. He's thrown 2 interceptions in 5 games. He's doing just fine. He's on pace for 4,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, and like 7 interceptions. He's doing great. That's a really good season for any quarterback in the NFL. We are spoiled by the fact that we just had Aaron, who's still at 41, can throw a 70-yard Hail Mary, right?
That was insane, bro.
Insane. I wanted DK to catch that so bad. Just
Me too.
one last time, right? Legacy Hail Mary. But we had that guy for so long who owns all of the efficiency in touchdown to interception records. All of them. Passer rating, everything, right? Arguably the most accurate quarterback of all time. 100% the most risk-averse quarterback of all time. So I understand that's a shock to see an interception or a throw that could be an interception. but like just watch any other game on Sunday. It happens, even to good quarterbacks. And Jordan Love is definitely cementing the fact that he is a very, very good quarterback.
Yeah, I've been really happy with him this season.
Yeah,
And I'm
100%.
happy that you're appreciating the legs a little bit more. You know, I'm sure that Jordan heard about Joe Flacco taking the read option for 12 yards at age 47.
That was
So
hilarious.
incredible. Honestly, incredible. But I would hard sell too if I'm Alex Highsmith. My
100%.
God, until you realize that on the 0.0001% chance that Joe Flacco keeps this, that it's going to be my ass. It's going to be on SportsCenter all night.
Correct. And it's not like Joe Flacco. This isn't like an Aaron Rodgers situation where, like, once upon a time he was pretty quick and could run. Joe Flacco's always been a statue.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
At 22 years old, we could probably still outrun him now, right? Versus when he was 22 and his peak, like the statue.
I mean, I probably could. My back would hurt afterwards, but I could do it.
Yeah,
sure.
100%.
For the brand. All right. Now wow, voice crack. I really should have woken up before our show earlier. Done a little, vocal warm up. My apologies,
Have
folks.
some nice honey tea type situation.
Okay, you are spoiled that is in your life. You think I got that domestic bliss? Absolutely not, bro. I got my Dunkin' Keurig. That's my cure this morning.
Nice.
Let's go. Okay, one more thing that I liked, and then I was going to go to things we didn't like. Lucas Van Ness had a sack. Good to see. Thank you, Nessie.
It was very good to see. And he won right.
Nice tackles.
He won right away, which is kind of his issue, right? On most of his pressures, most of his sacks in his career, they've been effort, right? He's working, finally gets around the guy. Or he's working, quarterback runs away, he chases down, right? That's been most of his success, which is good, right? Every sack is not going to be textbook, beat the tackle in half a second, boom, there you go, right? It's not the way it works. But it was nice to see him do that. He just got off so quick, looked unblocked, basically, boom, sack. Love to see it. Bummed that he's now hurt.
Yeah, foot injury. He's out for this week. We'll see how long he's out for.
Probably a couple if I had to guess.
Though, we have another edge rusher that's going to lead me into things I didn't like. Rashawn Gary, where have you been?
Right, he had a phenomenal first 2 games, and that's pretty much been it.
You led the NFL in sacks, and now you're at 13th. Very quickly.
Yeah, I think just the pass rush in general. And I'm not, because Micah's doing really well, not getting any sacks.
Micah is being held.
All the time.
Like a felony amount of holding.
Completely agree. But it's still disappointing that after how strong the pass rush looked the first 2-3 weeks, that it's kind of fallen back, even with all these names and with all the value we've put into it. It's kind of taking a step back, and we're getting pressures, but we're not getting sacks. Forcing quarterbacks to get the ball out quick, but then they're just getting the ball out quick and completing for short gains. It's not. We're not getting home nearly as much as I would hope, and part of that's due to Rashawn Gary and Lucas Van Ness. Like if all that attention's on Micah and he's getting held like crazy, you got to go make a play at some point. You have to get home, and it's been a bummer to watch Rashawn Gary and LVN and kind of the rest of the crew just not quite get there quick enough.
Teams have adjusted and have really accelerated their quarterback's pace. Right?
Yeah.
Get the ball out quick, 2-3 step drops. So it's part of it. I said it a few weeks back, bro. Who is the MVP of this team?
Yeah, we are missing Devontae Wyatt like crazy. And LVN going down is not going to help.
Like crazy. We love Colby Jack. Carl Brooks is a folk hero. But I really felt against Cincinnati and their trash offensive line, we were not really stuffing them at the line of scrimmage ever. I mean, if we sent a blitz, we would. But even if we weren't blitzing, first 2 weeks of the season when we stowed Wyatt and those boys, we would get penetration from the defensive linemen.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't just, hopefully absorbing your blocks and not going too far back, which is what's happening now. Warren Brinson had a very nice PFF rating.
I thought he was as good as you could hope for, realistically.
Yeah, but him, Stackhouse, Carl, that's kind of what we got now.
Yeah, it's
and like
not
you said,
great.
with Nessie being out, that A, shortens the rotation, so everyone's going to be more tired. But B, we did see that they sort of move him inside a little bit, like a NASCAR package. You can have him, Gary, and Micah on the field on third down. Love that shit. Love that. He
Love it.
could go inside at Iowa. We knew he could do that. But we're going to see. We're going to see. It's this game between the Nessie injuries in the secondary. There is a lot of opportunities for somebody to step up to the plate and the legacy of the Green Bay Packers playing in the desert.
Which I'm going to let you just go on a tangent on in a minute because this is your bread and butter. But I do want to bring up a point that kind of I heard on Packet Day this week that was super interesting. When you go back and look at each game we've played, it 100% plays out. The defense starts the game so strong, right? Even this game against the Bengals. We win 27-18, cool. It was 10-0 at halftime, again, right? Like, the defense balls out for the first two quarters, and then peters out the third and fourth, right? And I don't think all of that's just an aggression issue where we're up and then we're kind of starting to play back on our heels a little bit more. It seems to be these dudes are tired issue and not as impactful, right? And a lot of that is because of the injuries, right? We're down to a four-man rotation on the defensive line, none of which have ever even been starters before in the NFL, right? So they're not even used to starter workloads. They're used to being the backups that come in for 15 snaps. And then on the outside, without LVN, I mean, now, okay, cool, we got Micah and Gary, that's great. And then what, right? We have Enikbare, who's playing the same role he's played forever, essentially. We don't have Colin Oliver. We don't have Brendan Cox. We brought up Mosby this week.
Hook 'em horns, baby.
We have
Hook 'em horns.
We have Sorrell, right? But, like, we knew he wasn't going to walk in the door and be a crazy impactful edge, right? That's not really his game. He's not going to be Micah. He may turn into Rashawn Gary. That's probably his ceiling. But it's going to take him some time, right? And he also played on those Texas defensive lines, which were absolutely stacked.
And he benefited from having better players next to him.
100%. Both the defensive tackles on that team went early, went before him in the draft. So he's dealing with a new situation where he's got to be a little bit more productive off the edge without the help inside that he's probably accustomed to in his collegiate career. So yeah, we're in kind of a weird spot where it makes sense that we come out so strong early in the games and then kind of peter out because the dudes, we don't have a lot of backup right now, and even the backup isn't ready to play the amount of snaps that they're needed.
We're going to see when Wyatt gets back, but I really think we should be looking at a defensive tackle on the trade block. There's not a lot of great options, but
kind of just need a body.
We need a body that's useful. I mean, Jesus Christ, look at Howard Green. Think about how much of a big impact Howard Green had. And he was, 30, 31. I mean, he was up there at that point.
He was old, yeah.
And he had that beautiful pass rush on Big Bad that forced the Nick Collins pick six.
Absolutely.
But yeah, he wasn't the starter. He was just another solid rotational guy.
That we picked up in the middle of the year, I think. So, yeah, we kind of need that guy. We just need a guy who can come in, play some minutes, play some snaps, do his job, right? Because we're not trading for any of the top name guys. Like, that's just not on the table.
No.
But a late round pick for a guy who can just kind of like eat up some blocks, yeah, that'd probably be useful. Now, the flip side is you hope that once we start getting people back, LVN comes back, maybe we get Colin Oliver back at some point for some special packages. Devontae Wyatt comes back. Hopefully then, right, everyone's used to a bigger role. And now it's even easier to make an impact on those 10 to 15 snaps. That's the hope.
Reinforcements will help. I just think that with this window that we're in and the fact that Devontae Wyatt has been a little injury prone in his time with us, I think regardless, even if Wyatt comes back next week and looks like his old self and we're still having that beautiful productivity from the defensive line that we saw earlier in the season, I still think that, for example, if you can send a fifth or a sixth to the Jets for Harrison Phillips, I take it. I take it any day of the week. Former Bill, former Viking, just a player like that would be tremendous.
Well, I think part of the hard part is we have already traded more picks than pretty much ever away for this draft class, so I'm curious how reluctant they are to trade more.
I hear that, but if it's a late round pick and we do have a super young team, I think we should consider it.
I don't disagree, but we already gave up our 6th-round pick for Kennard. So I doubt they're going to trade.
We give them a 7 and a 7 next year.
So I doubt we give up our 5th and we just don't. We only go into the draft with 2, 3, 4, 7. That's not happening.
Okay, we offer a 7th, and I'll say something nice about that team on the show, and that should be enough.
And we're talking about the Jets, guys. So like, this is going to be a challenge.
Aaron Glenn probably still thinks they can run the table.
He had some nice dance moves that one time when he thought he won the game, running down the sideline. That's about all I got for him.
It's like he knew. It's like he knew that was going to be the closest he would be to a win the entire season.
Correct. So show out when you can.
Is it time?
I think so.
Welcome, folks, to Devin's Packer history documentary. My friends. When our Green Bay Packers go to Arizona, magical things happen and folk heroes emerge. Let's bring it back to Rodgers' first year leading the Packers to the playoffs. It was his second year as a starter. I believe it was 2009. We go into Arizona with the resurrected Kurt Warner, with Larry Fitz and Anquan Bolden. Those boys were slinging. I think Kurt put up better numbers in Arizona than he put up in the Rams. I mean, in the Rams, he still had Marshall Faulk, but in Arizona, God, like old Edgerrin James. I don't even know who the running back was, but it was all Kurt. He was throwing for 300 or 400 yards a game. It was incredible to watch until we had to watch it ourselves. Until we had to watch Charles Woodson and good old Matt Giordano attempt to chase Larry Fitzgerald, and we had a rough day. We're down 31-10 at one point.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's 2009, you got Jermichael, you got Donald Driver, you got Young Jordy, you got Greg Jennings, and Aaron Rodgers. That was an early legacy game.
It was.
That was an early legacy game. And I think that was why, going into the next season, I messaged you in August saying, we're winning the Super Bowl, and Jared Bush is getting an interception.
So close.
So close.
That was the.
What do you mean so close?
That was the.
It did happen.
That was the infamous Carlos Dansby game, right? With the face mask.
It was the.
That cost us the game. Cost us the game in overtime.
So the Packers come screaming back. Also, not so close that we won the game, or so close that Jared Bush got a pick in that Super Bowl. Because he did.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you mean so close? He had a pick and a half.
True. You're right. Continue.
It was probably 2. You're not. JB was like the first shitty Packer player we ever talked about, so you're not going to disrespect him at our show like that, brother.
Hey, who got you the laundry bag from that year? From the locker room. That was me.
A legend. I could buy you every single Packer tight end jersey until we die, and you're still outweighing me with that one gift. That's how the scales are. So the Packers claw our way back, tie the game in overtime. Cardinals send a blitz off the slot. I think it was Mike Adams, who we've been picking on all goddamn day. He pulls Rodgers' face mask, as blatant as can be, and in response to the shock, Rodgers fumbles, picked up by Carlos Dansby, runs into the end zone, the game is over. Bullshit, no call. The next time we go to Arizona, our Green Bay Packers had hobbled into the playoffs, and we only had 3 receivers, not 3 good receivers.
Nope.
We only had 3 people who play wide receivers that could suit up for that game.
Correct.
We had the reincarnated, not a reincarnation, this is history trip. The reincarnated, the repowered, the new version of James Jones, kind of like Gandalf the White. This was James Jones the hoodie.
It was.
And James Jones was elite all season, but Arizona had Patrick Peterson at the time, was like the lockdown corner in the NFL, and we knew that he was on the field, but was not going to be useful.
No, especially because that was in his just all I do is catch touchdowns era, right, James Jones? He didn't really do much besides catch touchdowns. He was great, but he was not beating prime Patrick Peterson ever.
No. So we had the folk hero. Even before he had this glorious day and everything that he did, we had Jeff Janis,
who took that one drag route to the house in the preseason we all thought was the next coming. I mean, he was the dude.
6'3", elite speed, special teamer. And then we had Jared Abbrederis, who was a starter at Wisconsin, like their all-time receiving yards, catches. Like, I'm pretty sure he broke all the records. He was there forever.
Correct, but like kind of barely an NFL player.
Yeah, yeah, definitely a seventh round. Like, oh, Wisconsin will be nice kind of pick.
Correct.
But these boys balled out. We were down late. We had the ball on our own, like 2 yard line with 26 seconds left, and Rogers
Impossible
hits
situation.
Janis
Impossible.
on a strike, basically a Hail Mary to the 50-yard line, and then he does it again, and Jeff Janis goes extended, like full dive, extended over two Cardinals defenders to tie the game. And at this point in my life, I was in Buffalo. And I remember distinctly after that play being so excited. I
Mm-hmm.
think I like
Mm-hmm.
called my dad. I might have called you. I freaked the fuck out, being
100%.
surprised, as we all did. And then I went to go pee. And when I came back, I just saw Larry Fitzgerald taking our souls to like the 10
On
yard
the
line. And I
first
was like,
game, on the
what?
first play of overtime. Yeah.
What in God's name just happened? So Jeff Janis and Jared Abadair balling out in that game. I failed to mention, but in the Arizona game, Spencer Havener, I believe another converted linebacker to tight end, had 3 touchdowns.
Correct.
Phenomenal. But the most significant one is the last time that we went to the desert, folks. One of the craziest games, and the first game that Luke and I have watched together since we started doing this show. A lot of boys are banged up on offense. I think Aaron threw to Jawan Winfrey like 6 or 8 times. It
He
was
was
that
he
kind of
was
day.
wide receiver 1, I think, that day.
Yeah. So it's a close game with the Kyler Murray-led Cardinals, and he leads them on a gotta-have-it drive all the way down to our 5.
Yeah.
It was first and goal, about 12 seconds left. They just needed a touchdown to win. And if you recall, we were also banged up on defense,
We were.
and we had to sign a corner, some journeyman off of the Cardinals practice squad.
Mm-hmm.
Ironically, you know what his name
Former
was, folks?
Eagle.
Former Eagle. Rasul Douglas was his name when he woke up that morning. But when he went to bed, he was transformed into Rasul God, because Kyler Murray looks for AJ Green in the corner of the end zone. AJ Green doesn't look back. Rasul God does, catches it, and then right away he starts his shit talk. He waves goodbye to the fans in Arizona. You didn't want me? Bye, bitch. Bye, bye. Phenomenal. He had what, 4 or 5 pick sixes that
Yeah,
season?
he was
A god,
phenomenal.
a god was born. A god was born. So a lot of names here.
A lot of names.
Nazir Stackhouse, Warren Brinson, Baron Sorrell, Bo Melton. Could be Catan, could be Zane, but somebody needs to step up and be a folk hero today, because obviously we like the Packers. I don't know if you guys know this. We want us to win, but by golly, we're going to Arizona. Magic always has to happen. We had the freaking Star Wars background today that we both locked in on. Your little nugget, throwing a Packer football at you. I mean, all of the omens are showing that we need to have a good game. And we need to have our best, because there's going to be a little bit of a revenge game out there, folks, because by golly, the football gods have blessed us with the opportunity to see one of the greatest third-round Packer draft busts of all time in the
It
flesh.
is one of the best.
Josiah DeGuara enters the chat because the Arizona Cardinals had to place another tight end on IR. So we'll see if we are able to contain Josiah in his revenge game, and more so if he actually gets any snaps on offense. I'm going to say probably not, but I really hope he does.
Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal history. Thank you for taking us back through time. Felt like I was right there with every moment. Yeah, weird things.
You were, brother.
I was in some cases.
You were.
Weird things happen in the desert, man. Just it's never normal, ever. So I think at the end of this, obviously we'll do our predictions, but it's really just who is the folk hero, right? That's our prediction. Who becomes a folk hero after today? Because someone will. Someone will. But let's talk about Arizona a little bit. They got some stuff going on. If anything, it kind of feels like they've been us, where we normally are going into the desert, right? Because they got nobody healthy either.
They have a lot of injuries, and they also kind of been us because they've lost the last 4 games, and they've all been by one possession. Like, they just find ways to lose.
Very impressively.
You had the absolute 2013 NFC Championship or 2014 NFC Championship game-esque debacle against the Titans.
With the with the interception turned fumble turned touchdown for the offense. Yeah.
And then for like the third time this season, the running back dropping the ball before the goal line, which, okay, to begin with, if you do that at all, that's really bad.
Yeah.
Just baseline of itself. When you do it and you're a football person, which we would think a lot of these guys are, they're in the
You'd
NFL,
think.
and we've all seen the clips of the idiots dropping it at the goal line, that's even worse. And then when two other people have done it already this season, as a fresh reminder, and they've been laughed at across the league, and then you do it, bro.
Like, what are you doing?
Amari DiMercato, cool name, not a cool brain.
No, and he is out this game. He got hurt the next week. So, yeah, they got some interesting things going on. So it looks like Kyler Murray's going to be out, I think. So it means we get to play the brisket man.
Jacoby Brissett is expected to start, which very different offenses.
Really couldn't be any more different.
Kyler only works off schedule. He kind of sees ghosts and runs around a lot sooner than he should.
Yep.
And sometimes he can scramble and run for positive yards. He also can just run around in circles and wait for somebody to get open, which isn't a bad strategy when you're throwing to guys. I mean, you got the elite ones, but besides that, you got like Michael Wilson and Greg Dortch. Okay. I'd scramble probably a lot too. But Jacoby Brissett is just a statue. He is a slightly younger Joe Flacco, and he's just gonna with a less arm.
Yeah, he's worse.
He's just gonna do what the offense is supposed to do. He's gonna sit in his 3 or 5 step drop. He's gonna look for the open receiver and throw him the ball. So it's not like, oh, we're playing a horrid backup quarterback that we can just tee off on. No, Jacoby Brissett's been a quarterback in this league for 10 years because he's solid and does what he's supposed to do.
Yeah, he's not going to wow you necessarily, but he's won a fair amount of games in this league. For the Patriots and Colts, I believe, were like the biggest chunks of him being a starter. So that'll be interesting. Correct. And then at the running back position, who knows what's happening, right? So Amari DiMercato is out. They're bringing up to Ernest Johnson of Cleveland Browns fame.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of Michael Carter and Bam Knight will carry the ball more often than the other, probably. That's about all we got. Because Michael Carter came in as a third string. Well, actually, he was the fourth string originally. Let's take it back, right? So they're starting running back this year, James Conner. Solid rookie running back behind him, and Trey Benson out of Florida State. Didn't get a lot of run last year, but very big, physical, fast guy. They're both out. So DiMercato was, in theory, next up. But instead, they signed Michael Carter, who used to play for the Jets, and he got some run there.
He was decent.
Yeah, he was fine.
I liked him.
100%. Yeah. So they bring him up from the practice squad, give him all the carries for 1 week. Did great for my fantasy team, so I appreciated that. And then immediately following that, they named Bam Knight the starter for the next week. No idea why. And then they split carries basically right down the middle. So no clue who's going to carry the football for them. Probably doesn't matter a ton. None of them are overly worrying, if that makes sense.
Yeah, they're meh. They're fine, but
yeah, they're okay NFL players, but we're not shaking in our boots at all. Then you get to the wide receiver room, which, like you said, has a bunch of nobodies basically behind Marvin Harrison Jr., who kind of plays like a nobody sometimes.
Yeah, he's really hit or miss. That Thursday night game, Monday night game, I think against the Rams, he did figure it out in the second half, but in the first half, he was dog shit. He had like 3 drops. He had a volleyball tip for the interception, just like right off his hands, the defensive back. He shows the physical upside, and we see flashes like he could be a top 10 receiver in this league. There's a reason he was drafted so high out of Ohio State, and it's not just because who his dad was. Did that help? Did that help him get attention? Of course.
But he was dominant at Ohio State.
He was dominant, and we have seen flashes of it. It's the name of the game in this league. Consistency.
Correct.
But that offense, as you said, goes through him and Trey McBride. I forgot the stat, but they have an alarming amount of the targets, which makes sense. Hey, Matt LaFleur, you see that? No, I'm not saying the rest of our boys are the Cardinals level, but I would appreciate, a target share closer to theirs with their potential superstar receiver and their version of Tucker Kraft.
So what's interesting is Trey McBride, right? So the tight ends are the leading receivers on both teams. Okay. Tucker's got 18 catches, 268 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Trey McBride has 37 catches. 37. 347 yards and 2 touchdowns. He basically is the offense, Trey McBride. He's going to get so many targets today. It's going to be wild. Just a bunch of stuff over the middle. Doesn't score a lot of touchdowns. He doesn't break off a ton of long runs or anything like that. He's not a huge threat down the field. He's good, but he's not like
I kind of think he is. I think he's more of the vertical threat than he is like Tucker Kraft will get much more yards after contact than Trey McBride will, and I feel like a lot of his routes are vertical middle seam routes.
It's a lot of middle. Yeah, I would say.
To take advantage of, you're trying to put a linebacker on him. He's not fast enough. Edger and Cooper, I think, should have a chance with him.
I think Quay's got a chance too. In theory, anyways.
In theory, yes. In theory, yes. I still get a little nervous with Quay reverting to old Quay ways when he's playing such an elite athlete. That's all. Which, I mean, what you're talking about for a matchup for Quay or Cooper to cover, tight ends, running backs, just talking about a threat to catch the ball. This is a top 5 in the league.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Yeah. I would agree.
Colorado State's own.
Yeah.
Had to drop it in.
And then on defense,
I can't.
On defense, they have the corpse of Calais Campbell, all 6'8" of them.
Mm-hmm. Buda Baker's still there.
Yep.
We got a little family game here, folks.
We do.
Got Max Melton, second-round corner out of Rutgers, playing in the slot, which is he's like their only corner that's still healthy. You were mentioning before the show that Will Johnson, one of the corners that we talked about, I believe, out of Michigan, you said.
Yep.
He's not playing. Walter Nolan, their first-round defensive tackle, which we also spoke about, is not
out
playing.
Of Ole Miss. Nope. Jordan Birch, the third-round pick out of Oregon, who we also talked about. He will be playing, but he doesn't start.
And we got the potential law firm of Catan Crawford, safety out of Nevada. With all their injuries, I believe he is playing.
Yeah, looks like it.
Their defense
is pretty good, actually.
It's known for being like versatile. They have a lot of these linebacker edges like Zay Collins, and I'm blanking on the other name. But these guys are kind of tweeners. So they move people around, especially in the second level, like linebackers, corners. And they also move Buda Baker up a lot. Yep. They got Tedrick Thompson back there, or Tristan Thompson, whatever his name is. He's a solid vet, unappreciated because I don't even know his first name, but he wears 34 for the Cardinals.
Jalen.
He's solid. Jalen Thompson. But yeah, you know what I mean? Like he's underrated.
Yeah.
Doesn't have a lot of splash plays, but he's just consistent back there and allows Buda Baker to be moved around. But you have different fronts, different looks, and with so many of their guys, except for Calais Campbell, obviously, but so many of their guys could either rush the passer or drop back in coverage, and you just don't know who's going. And then you bring Buda Baker up to the line, and it can create a lot of confusion.
Yeah, like I said, they have. I agree with everything you said. They have a good defense. Nothing specifically scares me, but they're a good unit, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, Gannon's a defensive head coach.
Josh Sweat has 5 sacks on the year, so he's kind of a threat. But outside of that, it's not, we're not playing Myles Garrett or TJ Watt, right? Type of thing. Calais Campbell, but he's not as impactful as he was 15 years ago, obviously, right? The secondary is pretty solid, but there isn't necessarily a lockdown corner you're terrified of.
And Buda Baker's best days are behind him.
Correct.
He's still a great safety. I still love him, but this is one of those defenses where it's not about the players, it's about the scheme for sure.
And Buda has definitely fallen into kind of that, what happens to all undersized safeties that play very aggressively up near the line, right? Where they're really good, they just don't last a super long time, and he's kind of towards the end of that. He's only 29 years old, but yeah, it won't surprise me if he's out of the league in a couple of years, just given that play style doesn't hold up when you're only 5'10", under 200 pounds, right? We've seen that through the years with a bunch of people, including his predecessor, Tyrann Mathieu, Bob Sanders, all that kind of stuff. So, really good player. Loved him coming out of college, really versatile. But yeah, he's not as impactful as he was a handful of years ago.
And those 3 players, when they were in their primes, some of my favorites. Absolutely wonderful to watch.
Absolutely.
Just the effort. I'm going to go with the ball. I don't care how big this dog is. It's about the size of the fighting the dog. totally rep that to a T. But yeah, he is not the player that he used to be, which I'm not going to complain about. I mean,
No.
they have Jacoby Brissett and Josiah. They have enough on this team. They don't need Brian Budabaker either.
Oh, did you see who their punter is?
No, no, Lucas, educate me.
Former NFC North traveling punter.
Oh
Patty
no,
O'Donnell.
Patty O'Donnell. He's still alive.
Apparently. I didn't know he was still in the league, but
he's got to be north of 40.
No, he's not that old.
Maybe they've had some injuries.
He's 34.
He's probably like 38. Okay. 38, 34.
Yeah, they must have just signed him. It shows he's only punted twice.
So we got him. We got Josiah. Any other former Packers on this team?
Not that I'm seeing. Obviously, we already talked about Max Melton. Is there going to be anything fun there? No, I think that's the only one.
I have something completely unrelated to this game, but just popped in my head. Packer news that we haven't discussed yet.
Okay.
If I can sidetrack for a moment.
We're done talking about
them. Did you see that? What's that?
We're done talking about the Cardinals, I think.
Yeah, I think we're getting there too. Did you see that thing on the internet that not Bo. Wow, he's too much on my mind because he would not do this. But Dontavian Wicks retweeted that, it's bullshit or stupid that he doesn't get the ball more. It was a retweet calling out LaFleur's play calling essentially.
I did not see that. Fortunately, hey dude, you're hurt. Calm down.
Yeah, and you've still been getting the ball. It's not like you mentioned the passing total numbers. I feel like they've been down for us as a 100%,
whole. Yeah, on purpose.
And Dontavian, you're lucky to even get the ball at all with what you did last season. I don't care how many people are hurt. I'm happy you're being Dontavian Wicks again. Trust me, I am. I root for you every time I see you get the ball. But just be happy you even know what a football is after what you did last season.
Yeah, and nothing he has done this year, while he has looked good, nothing tells me oh, dude, we got to get this guy 10 targets a game. He's dominating, right? He's playing well.
Yeah, he's fine. I mean, him, Musgrave, Malik Heath. You throw him the ball, you kind of expect him to go down where they get it.
Yeah, I think Dontavian's best bet is just keep your head down, keep working, right, and hope we don't resign Dobbs and just take the Dobbs role. That's your shot, man. That's your best bet.
You could. So, I mean, this is big season for a lot of guys. Definitely a big season for boys in the receiver room with contracts coming up. This would be a good game, Dontavian Wicks. You could reemerge as a folk hero. I think that your crown is kind of tarnished with what you did last season. He's another potential.
He's a potential
folk hero.
So what do we think about the outcome of this game?
Packers score 27.
That means we win. So we'll both go 27.
I don't know. You know what? No. I'm not going to do that. We're going to the desert. 34-21 Pack.
Ooh, love it. Let's go 31. Okay, we're going to go 31. 31-17. 31-17 Pack. Folk hero of the day is...
Yeah, I'm going to do it. I had one of them I was thinking about. Well, we're going to go Bo.
Okay.
LaFleur in a press conference this week was just saying, someone asked him, what's your favorite thing about Bo? And he said, he does everything right.
Maybe, right? Maybe it's not even offense, defense. Maybe he gets a kick return touchdown or something. There's a chance.
I'm just warning you, if he does that, you cannot ignore my phone call because I will keep calling you or I will call your wife until you answer. So I can thank you for that.
Fair enough.
But the other one I was thinking, and I'm going to bring it up because we haven't brought it up going into this game, amongst our plethora of injuries, Josh Jacobs is questionable.
And we didn't even talk about it. Yeah.
We activated Pierre Strong, running back who is, I believe, drafted by the Patriots last season, late or maybe 2 years ago. He's young, but hasn't done a whole lot. He's activated. So I could have gone. I thought about going. We should also put on the list the watch for breakout number 23, Emmanuel Wilson.
He's different in 23, man. He's different.
I was going to say.
He's different.
A legend has said that before.
I forgot about that. Absolutely. No, that's a good one. Really wish we had Marshawn Lloyd back. This would be a fun game for him.
You know what I was thinking about? I was thinking about going onto the show today and listing all the things that have been more useful in my life than Marshawn Lloyd.
Everything.
Q-tips, socks with holes in them, best matching socks. I'll stop.
I'm gonna go. Someone appropriately buried on the depth chart a little bit, but gets
Perfect.
enough play time to make an impact. Okay. Actually makes me sad a little bit at times how much play he gets because it's over a guy that I had high hopes for. I'm gonna go
Oh no, I think I
John
know.
Fitzpatrick legacy game.
Oh.
Tight end 3 coming in with at least one touchdown.
No. I don't know why that he like bores me more than Ben Sims, but it's a Packer scoring a touchdown, so I'll take it.
I think at least one touchdown. I think there's potential for 2. Maybe a little quick dump off type of thing at the goal line situation.
I mean, he'd be perfect, man. When we had Spencer Havener, we still had Jermichael Finley and somebody else.
Correct. Yeah, he wasn't actually the starting tight end. Spencer Havener.
No, God, no.
John Fitzpatrick.
And then one other prediction: do we want to place a bet about Josiah or no?
Does he actually do anything? Oh boy. Well, I don't know. Like, are they going to put him at fullback? Like, what's their plan? I have no clue. Because playing him at actual tight end is a bad idea.
One catch.
One catch. So we're going to go over under 0.5 catches. You're taking the over. I'm taking the under. That's fair.
Are we gonna do a lunch bet here?
You think that's equal in value to the Jordan Love 35-yard rush year-long bet?
Josiah DeGuara.
That feels more like a candy bar or something, my man. Like,
okay, we're trying to watch the blood sugar. We're getting old. But Lucas, this show is built upon our obsessions with shitty players.
True.
That is what our friendship pretty much is built upon. Is it not?
Yeah, no, you're spot on.
And when we started this show, I think he was my current obsession.
Okay, I got this.
All right,
honestly, this might be better than lunch. Okay.
Ooh.
We're going golfing on Thursday, right?
We are going golfing on Thursday.
Winner of the bet buys a beer. That feels appropriate, I think. Buys a round, whatever you want to do.
No. Here we go.
Oh, God.
Here we go. If Josiah gets a catch, you have to be Chad Mueller for 3 holes. If he doesn't, I'll never mention Chad again.
I think there's at least 2 listeners that would be a little sad if I win that bet then. Okay, fine.
And for those of you who forgot, when the last time we went golfing, it was raining tremendously. And at one point, Lucas decided to flip his hat back around, the little visor, and he became a little alter ego, Chad Mueller, supreme douchebag.
I do want this out in the world that I never said a word. I just moved my hat around because my head was wet.
Brother, it was pretty fratty. Come on.
Okay.
It was pretty
fair
fratty.
enough.
All right. Anything else, my friend?
No. I don't think so.
Alrighty, folks. Well, brace yourself. This might be an interesting game. We got a lot of injuries, but we are going to the desert. A lot of boys are on Voc Hero Alert. Can't wait. Until next time.
Go Pack Go.
Go Pack Go.